Hey, I hope this video finds you well. Today is video 2 in the boundary series, and I'm really enjoying looking into this stuff. It's really kind of cool. I want to talk about one way that we are constantly learning about boundaries, kind of defining our own boundaries, discovering what is healthy or maybe not so healthy boundary is in friendships, or relationships in general. Who is a good friend? What is a healthy relationship? Am I a good friend? And how can we be a good friend? And I think Jesus gives a great example of that in Revelation 3:20. And Revelation 3:20 says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. And if anyone hears my voice and opens up the door, I will come in and I will sup with them and they with me." I'm going to go over some of these definitions. Behold means to see, like, hey, see, hey, I stand. And I really like this. It means a prolonged form of the word standing. So it's not like Jesus walking up to us and then walking away. Like, Jesus is standing, he's abiding, he's appointed himself, he's bringing himself to the door of our heart and waiting. So door is portal or entrance. I kind of like that word, like the portal of our heart. And then hear means to give audience. And I really like this because it's not just like, oh, I heard a noise, but it's like, I am listening, I'm giving myself to who is speaking. Or, it also means to understand. And then the voice, it doesn't really say what kind of it says a tone or sound with the idea of disclosure. And then in means to enter, sup means to dine. This verse, I believe, really shows a lot about the character of God and how kind and respectful and honest and like the integrity that Jesus has when he approaches us. I really love this meaning of the word stand, the HISTEMI, that it's a prolonged form, which means that Jesus is not just coming. If we don't answer, he's leaving. No, this is a prolonged standing at the door of our heart. And really, it's our whole life. Like, Jesus will always be there. Even if we ignore him our entire life, he's appointed himself at the door of our heart. It's a prolonged form. He's standing. He's established himself. He's bringing himself to us and standing. Now, he's not barging in, but it says, if any man will give audience, will hear, will understand. Not only that, but opened the door. So I will come in and I will sup with them and they with me. And this idea of sup, or word sup, is like fellowship, exchange. And it's not one way. Jesus is not saying, I'm going to come in and I'm going to tell you what to do and this is how it's going to be. He's like, no, I will share with you, I will fellowship with you, and you will fellowship with me. So it's going back and forth. It's just not one way here. This is a great example of Jesus showing us what good boundaries are and honoring us and respecting us. So we can take a look at this and say, are there people in my life that barge in to my heart? And I believe it was in the first series, mental wellness, guard your heart with all diligence, and we talked about the original language. When it's describing heart, it means your mind, your emotions, your will, your conscience, and even your subconscious. So Jesus saying, I'm standing there and I'm respecting you. Now, do we have people that barge in to our thoughts and minds and emotions and will, or are they aggressive, or are they forcing, or are they manipulating, or are we doing that? Do we manipulate our way into people's hearts and thoughts and conscience? Uh, I think that is a really good boundary. And then I also love the part about, hearing. If I have in my relationships, do people give audience to my voice? Do people give audience to what I'm saying? And do I give audience to my relationships? Am I listening to the people around me to know what they're truly saying? And am I waiting until they, basically give me permission? So I think this Revelation 3:20, awesome description of healthy boundaries.